I'm sports reporter Charlotte Hall. The undefeated Kentucky Wildcats basketball team is on the road to Athens right now as I speak. Nobody needs to tell you that Kentucky is the #1 team in the country. But Georgia has plans to be the first team to upset them. Today, the UGA team talked about what they have to do in order to win the game.
We played Kentucky there. We're a different team 1 month later than we were in that game. They're a different team 1 month later. We played fairly well up in Lexington, but we're going to have to play the game a little different, and we're going to have to play the game a lot better to give ourselves a chance to win. They've got such a great team.
Georgia has posted the best odds of any other team to beat Kentucky in the nationally televised event. The Wildcats are favored to beat the Bulldogs on Tuesday night, but after an impressive showing this past weekend, Georgia may give them a run for their money. Georgia topped the Missouri Tigers 68-44 in Saturday's showing. A big win like this one looks good for Georgia going into tomorrow's game. Georgia pounced early on the Tigers. Missouri was able to get some points on the board in the second half because of a defensive lag by the Bulldogs. Georgia rebounded at the end of the game, though, to pull off a 24-point win. The team's focus is now on the undefeated Kentucky Wildcats.
Sure, Kentucky's got a great team. One of the great teams of all time. They got a front line bigger than I think every NBA team, but maybe one. You know, so how do we get ready for Kentucky? And I'll call Bud over there and see if we can scrimmage the Hawks tomorrow. You know, they got a great team. They really do.
The last time the team beat Kentucky was 2 years ago. The Georgia softball team is also in action this evening. The squad is hosting a doubleheader right now against Wright State and is looking to extend its winning streak to 6 games before starting its Southeastern Conference play this weekend. The team will travel to Mississippi to take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. This weekend was huge for the #2 Georgia women's tennis team. The team is one of the youngest in the SEC Conference. 5 of the team's 9 players are freshmen, but that did not stop them from contributing to the team's 2-0 sweep of LSU and Texas A&M this weekend. The Bulldogs battled in doubles play. It came down to a tiebreak on court 3, which was eventually won by the Texas A&M Aggies. In singles, the team fought back to make the overall score 3-2 before freshman Kennedy Schaefer clinched the match at 4-2.
It's not too different from juniors. I mean, the only difference now is that I get to do it for a more important cause, which is my team. So it's just really rewarding knowing that I can help contribute to us and our victories and kind of try and leave a legacy behind for this year for Georgia and then as years come.
The team will head to Alabama this weekend to take on the Crimson Tide and the Auburn Tigers. Spring football is 2 weeks away for the Georgia Bulldogs. The team will start preparing for its scrimmage game in April. Today, Georgia football head coach Mark Richt sat down to talk about what his team will be working on in preparation for the scrimmage game and, more importantly, this fall.
And we talked a little bit about the QB situation, but you know, right now we've got Hunter Long, who's taken a boatload of reps at that position. We'll be working there, and then Isaiah Wynn as well. Those are the two main guys I would say that would be battling for that spot at center.
Spring practice is where a lot of decisions are made about who will be playing what position in the fall. It all starts March 17th for the Bulldogs. The Atlanta Braves aren't the only Georgia baseball team seeking to relocate. The Savannah Sanats are looking to make a move as well. But with the likes of Yogi Berra and Mickey Mantle, who have come through the historic Grayson Stadium, why would the team want to leave all that history behind? The shelters may serve as a safe haven for some homeless people, but for others, the alternative is living in the woods. They set up campsites known as tent cities where they stay until the Athens-Clarke County Police Department comes to clear them out or move them further back into the woods where they can't be seen. The First Tee National School program comes with equipment that is bright and that features markers to show kids where to hit the ball and where to place their hands. If you look closer, you can see this club has yellow dots on it. The yellow dots show left-handed students where to place their fingers, and the red dots show right-handed students where to place their fingers. It's all a part of a movement to make golf more accessible and easier for younger kids. An honor from the state can help earn credibility with the voters. At least that's how one local official explains her reaction to earning the statewide award. Morgan County was one of 10 areas honored in Atlanta for being selected as an inaugural member of the Plan First program. The program recognizes cities and counties that follow through on its planning developments. It is also reassuring for the people in the community.
They like to see progress being made, and so Plan First kind of recognizes that you are adopting a plan and you're not leaving it to gather dust on the shelf. You're actually moving forward on your items, and for our local citizenry to know that that we're doing that well, that they can see that, and that others outside of our community can recognize that. It's really important for the planning staff to continue to be able to move forward.
Athens-Clarke County was one of the 10 areas honored. Athens transit officials say they need more funding for their transportation systems. The state of Georgia does not provide any operating assistance funding for public transit systems, but currently, the Athens-Clarke County taxpayers are paying about a third of the cost to operate Athens Transit at the fare box. But the state only provides a 10% match on capital projects. Founder of the Athens for Everyone Committee, Tim Denson, is at the Capitol today, but he told us,
why are elected officials cutting back funding? I think it's because they don't understand, ways to make it work the best. They don't understand the needs of transit riders.
The mayor of Athens has an agenda set for March 3rd to discuss the Athens Transit System's proposal to renew their federal grant, as well as a request for Sunday transit services.